Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into acclimatizing to paradise on earth, the new earth. Welcome to the new earth, family. Here it rained all night. We give thanks and praise, to the Most High, to Mama Gaia, to the cosmos. Just for the wonders of life, family. For the wonders of life. We are in the worst of times as much as we are in the best of times, but those are stories for other days. Thanks to everyone that is subscribed to the channel. Thanks to everyone that supports us on Patreon. We are doing a book a week. There's some really good books we've released on there, so please, family, definitely consider joining us for as little as $2 a month. There's someone who sent me this email. Don't forget, you can always send me an email, drmumbi@drmumbishow.com. But just be aware, family, like there's someone who screens my emails before I get to them. I have to protect my energy, etc., etc. So the news that's come out is talking about how discrimination against black hair may soon be illegal in the divided states. And the person who shared this with me, was even looking at how it's called the Crown Act and just the significance, because even the double Big Mac situation, Corona means crown. So it's been like a whole attack on our crown. I know this is going to sound crazy for those who are not tuned in, to kind of stop the kind of energy, information, and new codes to life that were coming in at this time. Could that be what it is? Because everything they do is symbolic. And I told you, the medium right now for them, when it comes to spell work, is writing, is these deals and agreements and contracts. The world is run by contracts, family. Whether it's national constitutions, which is like the contract that the people have with themselves and the government. Whether it's the laws, like these are all the agreements that have tied us into the matrix. So now they're saying that the U.S. House of Representatives, for a second time, has actually successfully passed the Crown Act legislation that would legally prohibit discrimination based on hairstyles and hair texture across the country. And they tried to pass it in 2020, and now it's 2022. It's all about those two numbers, family. And this is trying to appease the Great Mother. All these things are trying to appease the Great Mother. But anyway, and in 2020, it was actually blocked by the Republicans. But now, because they had the majority in Senate, but now that the Democrats are the ones who are the majority, it looks like it's going to pass, or it has passed. But beloveds, actually it did pass, sorry. And they say, natural black hair is often deemed unprofessional simply because it does not conform to white beauty standards. And a lot of people, have faced discrimination in schools, workplaces against those, and, in terms of even getting into certain programs, government programs, etc., where you have to be interviewed to get certain grants. And the sad thing is, this isn't just a case in the divided states. Although, the divided states, this is what they think is important to you. Why are we discussing hair? Look what happened when, with the Asian Act, family. After they experienced, was it police brutality or something, like last year or something? Immediately legislation was changed for them. Everyone but our brothers and sisters in the divided states are getting justice one way or another. So why would they think that this is the most important thing? Unless it has some occult meaning, it doesn't even make sense. Although the sad thing is, family, that this actually even happens in Africa. There was a time you couldn't get on TV with natural hair or dreadlocks here in Africa. There was a time they didn't even allow braids. You either had to have your hair straightened or you had to have it, with a weave or a wig or whatever. And this shows you just how widespread this thing is. Because in these dark ages, family, they've put all the Africans in one bucket when we were hundreds of different nations. And then they've made the Black American the face of the, the global, cool African kind of thing. They've made them the leader, the face. And Africans on the continent have become the face of everything that is bad, everything that related to poverty, related to disease. Stories are spun. Poison is brought to the continent. Then we're told we slept with monkeys and now we have AIDS. Like, there's been so much research over the atrocities we've dealt with. But let me just say this. Just because we're silent doesn't mean that there won't be redemption, that there won't be justice, because that justice is coming in this season. And that's why I wish we could almost be like, forget making any more deals, forget signing any more agreements. Because that season is now. We're in the season of spiritual justice, spiritual rebalancing. That's what 222 is. And these things just get us more tied up. So how do I benefit? That world is already gone. Babylon has died, family. But they're still trying to tie our energy one way or another. And as someone who has had afros, had dreadlocks, had natural hair most of my life, I understand the struggle. I really understand the struggle. But these are not the things we want. As many of my African American brothers and sisters would say, cut that check. Cut that check. These are empty things. And the fact that this would make news, this even made news in the divided kingdom. I told you, family, some of these stories are not for us. They're for them to keep imagining, they're to keep that world order, that they're superior, that all these stories are for them. Imagine the Muzungu being like, oh my God, the poor Africans get discriminated because of their hair. Trying to put them back on top. Family, these are not the things that are being discussed in the spiritual courts, because there is a spiritual court. That judgment season that I was talking about, remember, as above, so below, as below, so above. That judgment is happening. There's so much that's going on that is not being televised. People are being kept in their two eyes, so they can't see with their first eye the spiritual war that is raging around us. But these are not even things that, this isn't it. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear that in the comments. What do you think this is really about? Crown Act? What do you think it's really about? Because this is some occult thing. It has nothing to do with this legislation, etc., etc. Every story they tell you about our people has something to do with the occult. Every story. The occult with something. It's about binding. It's about demeaning. It's about destabilizing. It's never about growing. It's never about putting us together. Make sure you like and comment and share, family. Until next time. Tuko pamoja. Wake up.